Forsaken has a total of 10 different survivors, with each of them having a variety of skins. While each of these skins have their own charm, and what skin you like is completely subjective, in my opinion, some are definitely better than others. Not only are some much more detailed, a few of them have custom interactions, animations, and more. So in this video, I'll be showing my top 3 favorite skins for every single survivor. This is definitely gonna piss some people off, but I do not care because this is my opinion. You might feel the urge to say,
Merry Christmas, you forgot about this game.
no, shut up! Just be quiet, okay? Mwah. Enjoy the video. For our first survivor, we have the Noob. And as my third favorite skin, I chose the Combat Dummy. Now, some people are going to disagree with me and say that this skin is boring, but honestly, that's the case for most Noob skins. There really aren't that many crazy Noob skins that stood out, and personally, I just thought this one looked cool. I like the simple white and black design, and the certified dummy text on the shirt looks cool. But yeah, admittedly, it's a pretty simple skin. Next up, as a second best skin, we have the Retro Noob. This skin has custom animations with a silly old school retro walk. It has a shirt that says, Noob, a new player, not someone who killed you, which is very true. This skin also has a special sound effect when taking damage. On top of this, whenever the game starts, the Retro Noob has a spawn protection effect, which, do be warned, doesn't actually protect you. Finally, when it gets to low enough HP, it'll have a custom limping animation, which I think looks awesome. So yeah, this is a very cool skin, and in my opinion, could have been the best Noob skin. However, the next one is very unique. As our best Noob skin, we have the Noob Cosplay. This skin is very special, being the only survivor skin that incorporates parts of your avatar. Using my big blue head avatar, my Noob skin has a big blue head in-game. It's a bit limiting because it changes the color of your items and dumbs down the details, like my head doesn't have a face, but I still think this is a really cool skin. You can make some pretty creative designs, and that makes it, in my opinion, the best Noob skin in the game. For our next survivor, we have Elliot, and as its third best skin, I'm gonna have to go with Milestone 4. This is the skin you obtain for reaching level 100 on Elliot. It has a lot of really cool features. First of all, it has a yellow Valkyrie, which leaves an orange trail behind him as it walks. The skin also has a really cool star effect on his back, and its pizzas are replaced with neon yellow stars. It has an overall clean design, and all these features make it overall one of my favorite skins to use. However, I didn't rank it any higher because it does still look pretty similar to the default Elliot. As the second best Elliot skin, we have the Parlor Gubby. This is a very silly skin, being based on the Roblox bunny character, Gubby. Look at this little guy. You want that cherry, buddy? Oh, you go. Oh, okay. There's a couple really cool things about the skin. It can be a variety of different colors each game, that being white, teal, pink, brown, and purple. Instead of throwing a pizza, they throw a Gubby shaped ice cream, which matches the color of your skin. I love how silly the skin is, and the color changing plus custom pizzas is a really cool addition. This is definitely a very good skin. For my favorite Elliot skin, I chose the Nyan Elliot. Its design is based on the neon cat meme, having a cat design with a cake body. It also has a really cool unique detail that when it walks, it has a rainbow trail behind it. Not only that, but it also has a custom pizza, which looks like the same piece of cake as its torso. Admittedly, the Gubby skin has more unique details, so I understand if some people would prefer that over this skin. However, I just think the skin has a really clean design. The rainbow and black go well together, and I'm just a very big fan of that custom rainbow trail. So in my opinion, it's the best Elliot skin. Next up, we have the guy with 20 trillion skins, Shedleski. Like, genuinely, why does this character have so many skins? General, we have an emergency. The nation is under attack. What do we do? Don't worry, I have a solution. Give Shedleski 300 million more skins. Anyways, as my third favorite skin, I chose the Guardian Angel. This is a very cool and detailed skin, while admittedly being a little bit horrifying. The wings on its back look awesome. I like the feathers floating above its head, and there's a cool detail with its eyes that I'm not sure a lot of people noticed. Because they have this dome shape, no matter how you're looking at the skin, it will always seem like the eyes are staring at you. Pretty creepy. But unfortunately, it doesn't have any kind of special chicken or sword, so it's only my third favorite skin. For our next skin, we have the Y2K Shedleski. Just off the bat, I love its design with a really cool neon white crown and some kind of spiky fist, I don't know. But it also has a special trait in which when it attacks, some great particles come out of its sword. I don't have much else to say, but it's a nice skin with a great design, and the sword particles is a nice addition. For my favorite Shedleski skin, we have Golden Shedleski. This is, in my opinion, the best golden skin in the game, sporting an extremely flashy design with a premium golden dominus, a golden crown, and an over-the-top glittery particle effect. Just like every other golden skin, I love the coin effect that falls behind it, and I mean, this skin is just so attention-grabbing, which kind of makes it pay to lose, but hey, this ranking is just for how good the skins look, not how competitively viable they are. But the best part is that instead of having a sword, this skin has a golden frying pan, which makes a unique sound effect when hitting the killer. On top of that, it also eats golden fried chicken. I mean, that's enough to easily make this my favorite Shedleski skin. It looks awesome and it's my personal pick when I'm playing Shedleski. For our next survivor, we have the Guest. And as my third favorite skin, I picked the Dragon Guest. This skin is a reference to the Yakuza games, and while the design itself isn't that impressive, it has a couple unique traits. First of all, it has a bunch of custom voice lines. This is how it sounds when blocking. This is how it sounds when using its charge. And this is how it sounds when landing a hit. It also just randomly says voice lines while walking around. This makes the skin very pay to lose because the killer will literally just randomly hear you, but I don't care, I just think it's cool. As my second favorite Guest skin, we have the Milestone 4. This skin is designed to look like an army general, having a black and golden outfit, a cool looking hat, and a big black cape. I really like the design of this skin. Considering the Guest is supposed to be someone who protects the rest of the team, it makes a lot of sense for him to be a max prestige army general. I mean, come on, this outfit is just drippy as hell. But it also has a custom block and kick. That's very cool. So not only does the skin have a great design, but has a custom block and punch animation. And for my favorite Guest skin, I chose my boy Bobby. This skin is designed to look like a police officer, with its most notable trait being its huge riot shield. It is gigantic, being pretty much the same size as the Guest itself. It also has a couple unique sound effects. This is how it sounds when blocking. This is how it sounds when landing a block. And this is how it sounds when ramming into the killer with your shield. When using this skin, I just feel more powerful. The sound effects and big shield just makes it feel like I'm bulkier and deal more damage. Obviously, my favorite thing about the skin is the big shield, and that with the sound effects was easily enough to make this my favorite Guest skin. For our next survivor, we have the Builderman, and as my third favorite skin, we have the Cat Rocker. Now listen, some of y'all may think this skin is ugly, which I understand because it's just a bunch of PNGs pasted on top of it, but I don't care. Do you see this cat at the front? Look at the way he's rocking that guitar. I mean, oh my, how could you hate on this? It's also got Sir Meowsalot on his shoulder, a silly cat tail, and some cat ears on its helmet. It also has the retro walking animation, which is also unique for when it's limping. It also makes custom sound effect when getting attacked, and has a spot protection effect around it when the game first starts. All of its building sound effects are also weirdly low quality. It's kind of a strange decision for a skin, but I guess they really wanted that retro effect, and it at least makes the skin unique. So it's not the most detailed or high quality skin, but shut up, I like it. As the second best Builderman skin, I chose the Y2K. It is a very simple black and white design, but I just think it's visually appealing. I like the weird crown thing he has on his head, and the spray bottles on his back are cool. However, my favorite thing about the skin are the custom buildings. It has a really cool black and white looking sentry and a black and white dispenser, which actually gives out white hearts. From what I know, this is the only Builderman skin that has custom looking sentries, which makes this skin very unique. Before we talk about my favorite Builderman skin, I would like to give an honorable mention to BSOD, which stands for Blue Screen of Death. Matching the name of the skin, it is literally just a blue screen of death with not much else going on for the skin. However, it has some pretty unique interactions. It will actually change its face to be whatever message you put in chat, as long as the message is 3 or less characters. So you can give it a variety of different faces, or put some short words on the face. Once the chat message disappears, your face will return to normal. There is, however, one unique interaction. If you type ooh woo in chat, you will set on fire, receiving slowness 5, burning 5, and weakness 5 until you eventually die. This is a very funny feature, and I feel like I at least had to mention this skin. But as my favorite Builderman skin, we have the Egghead Builderman. This skin has an incredibly goofy design, and I just love that. Sure, it might not be the most visually interesting or complex skin, but I mean, come on, look at him. Tell me this isn't the best skin. Look at his fat, greedy, humongous body, and tell me you don't love him. But not only is the skin super silly, it actually has a unique feature. Once you receive enough damage, the skin will begin to crack like an actual egg. And while it doesn't have any kind of custom sentry, the goofiness of his design and his neat little mechanic was enough to make this my favorite Builderman skin, if not one of my favorite skins in the entire game. For our next survivor, we have Dusakar. And as my third favorite skin, we have the Toothy Deer. This is a very interesting looking skin, having 2 big antlers, some white ribbons across his body with some mysterious text, an awesome neon red staff, and a glowing red effect around its head. Its plasma beams are red, and its spawn protection produces a nice red shield. This is definitely one of the more detailed skins in the game, and I just think its staff looks awesome. As my second favorite skin, I chose the Golden Dusakar. It has an extremely flashy appearance, probably being the most attention grabbing out of all the golden skins, with a golden pumpkin, a golden sparkling fedora, and this golden smoky mist effect coming out of its head. Its staff also looks incredible, with just a whole bunch of stuff going going on. He also got some fresh ice on his wrist, and when using its abilities, its plasma beam is golden, and so is the spawn protection. It is the usual golden skin stuff like the coin effect falling behind it as it walks, but I gotta say this golden skin looks fantastic. The golden smoky effect coming out of its head is in my opinion the best part, but I also really love the staff and the golden shield. But as my favorite Dusakar skin, I chose Love Shot. While the golden skin is definitely a lot more flashier, and I understand if some people would prefer it over this skin, just hear me out. I feel like this skin has a lot more of an intentional design. The golden skin kind of feels like they just threw together as much crazy stuff as they could in order to make the skin really stand out, and while that does make it look awesome, this skin feels like they really had an idea and built upon it. The design is nice, with some well-made modeling and a clean color palette, and it does have some cool details. First of all, its hair is this ghostly animated texture, and instead of having a staff, it has a huge pink syringe with a sparkly effect at the end. Its plasma beam is a pink color, and the same goes for its shield. It's overall just a really well-made skin with a lot of nice details and some cool effects. For our next survivor, we have Taff, and as my third favorite skin, I chose Deep Winter. This skin is clearly prepared for some rough weather, having a thick furry snow cap and a cool looking winter outfit. It also has a nice little cape on its back, but that's pretty much it. It doesn't have any kind of custom trip mine or custom tripwire. It's a simple skin, but I like how it looks. As my second favorite Taff skin, we have Y2K. It has a black and white design with some black jeans and a black winter jacket. It also has a slight sparkling effect coming from behind. But not only do I really like its design, it also has custom trip mines. Instead of being pink, they are black and white, which not only looks cool, but is actually quite an advantage when playing the game. They're just a lot harder to see than the default. So yeah, a cool skin with some neat custom stuff. But as my favorite Taff skin, I chose the Dark Reaper. While admittedly it is a bit edgy, I do quite like the design with a long black hood, raggedy black clothes, and a torn up black cape. It also has this creepy smile on his face. Are we sure this guy isn't the killer? But apart from his design, there's some other cool details. His trip mines have a ton of special sound effects. This is how it sounds when throwing them. This is how it sounds when they pulsate. And this is how they sound when exploding. Very, very spooky. I love this sound effect because it reminds me of this video.
Давай, в микрофон, пари.
Haha, stupid cat. But yeah, considering its design and custom sound effects, this is in my opinion definitely the best Taff skin. And if you don't want this creepy guy in your bedroom tonight, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm sure that's enough to keep him away. Maybe. For our next survivor, we have Chance. And as my third favorite skin, I picked Take a Chance. I quite like the design of this skin, wearing a big top hat with a domino design, some clockwork glasses, black headphones, and a nice black suit. And while it doesn't have a unique coin or any custom animations, there is something pretty cool. There are two different versions of this skin, which will be randomly selected at the start of each game. You can either be black or red. So while it's not the craziest skin, it is a nice design and a cool little mechanic. For my second favorite skin, I'm gonna have to go with Retro Chance. I think you can tell by now that I quite like these old skins, but this one is especially good. It has the usual retro walking animation and limping animation, but it has a couple other unique traits. It has unique sound effects and animations for its abilities. This is the coin flip ability. This is the shooting ability. It also has a custom reroll sound effect. And this is how it looks doing its hat trick. So quite an in-depth skin with a lot of custom animations and sound effects. Very awesome sauce. Now, for my favorite Chance skin, I chose Flipnote. Admittedly, the design is pretty terrible, being pretty much just neon blue with a white face, but that's because it's based on this meme.
Let's go gambling!
Which pretty much embodies the entire idea of Chance. But the design isn't the only reference. The skin actually has a ton of custom sound effects. This is the coin flip ability.
I can't stop winning! Aw, dang it!
These are amazing, by the way. This is the gun ability. So the gunshot sound effects are the exact same as the retro ones, which does fit pretty well with the vibe of the skin. I love this skin, as obviously it's not very high quality, but just walking around and hearing these stupid sound effects is just hilarious to me. I mean, this is truly the real gambler experience. Now, while I did say this is my favorite skin, that's only because the MOG Chance skin isn't actually in the game. This is a tester exclusive skin, and it is simply incredible. First of all, just looking at its design, it's super detailed, having some 8-bit MOG sunglasses with a bright glint coming off of them, some Doritos and Mountain Dew at its waist, a big golden chain, and a ridiculously huge sniper rifle which rests upon his shoulder. It also has a custom idle animation where it twirls around a butterfly knife. Yeah, this skin is awesome. It also has a custom walking animation and custom running animation where it holds the sniper in its hands. It is a bit buggy not having a coin for some reason, and the gun tends to freak out sometimes, but it has an awesome shooting animation. I mean, a gun of that size has gotta hurt, and if you do hit the killer, it makes a tick sound effect. I genuinely love this skin so much that it actually made me start playing Chance. I used to hate him because I get so frustrated about getting bad luck, but nah, this skin is just so good I had no choice. So yeah, if this skin was actually in the game, it would clearly be my favorite, but unfortunately it's not. For our next survivor, we have 007, and as my third favorite skin, I chose Onesie. There is not a lot to this skin. It is literally just 007 wearing a cute shark onesie. I believe he has an IKEA blowhigh on its back. But yeah, I really don't have much else to say. I just like the skin, okay? As my second favorite skin, I chose Spy. This skin is designed to look like the Spy from TF2, which is quite fitting for the character considering they're meant to be stealthy. Whenever you start the game, you can either be blue or red, which is a nice detail. But my favorite part is the sound it makes when you die. He truly has the voice of an angel. So yeah, neat color change mechanic, TF2 reference, and silly death sound. Equals pretty nice skin. But as my favorite 007 skin, we have Idiot. This skin is based on that old weird malware that would play this video of these dancing bears and repeatedly call you an idiot. I don't know, it's kind of a weird reference, but I think it's a cool looking skin. It's covered in a bunch of smiley faces and has a black and white color palette. Unfortunately, from what I know, it doesn't have any kind of special effects, but I just personally really liked how it looked. It has a bit of a mysterious vibe going, and as you can probably tell by how many Y2K skins ended up on this list, I like black and white color palettes. Well, with that, we're gonna segue onto our very last survivor, Two Time. And as my third favorite skin, I chose Blossom. In its first life, it is a pink outfit with a little flower in its hair. Instead of its usual tail, it is a tree branch with some little pink petals. There's nothing special about its abilities. However, in its second phase, it experiences a rather big change. It now has a blue color palette instead of pink, and two branches in the shape of wings have sprouted from its back. It also has a falling petal particle effect coming out of it, which I think really adds a lot to the skin. Visually, this skin is fantastic. The first life is nice and simple, but the second life is just really cool, and I absolutely love its wings and custom particle effect. Very pretty skin. As my second favorite two-time skin, we have Kitty. Meow meow. Okay, from a visual standpoint, this skin isn't as good as the last one, but trust me, I have a good reason. First of all, they have a very silly design with a cat face and whiskers, two black cat ears, and a long cat tail on his back. But apart from having a goofy design, it does have something special. When you enter your second life, it plays a sound effect. I mean, come on. That's amazing. Okay, you still might not agree with me that this is the second best skin, but come here, listen closely. I don't care. We're moving on. But for my favorite two-time skin, we have Silverthorn. It is a bit of a magical design with a big black wizard hat, some wizard robes, and two silver antlers coming out of its head. It also has a big black scarf. On its second life, it receives a couple changes, getting the usual wings, but its silver antlers now turn a bright neon white color. I think the first and second life look awesome, and I especially love the antlers. So even though this skin doesn't have any kind of special mechanic, it's still my favorite. The design is great, and it's just such a cool looking skin. But with that, we're finally done with this video. This took a ton of time to make, so if you did enjoy, please hit that like button and subscribe. And make sure to leave a comment telling me which skin is your favorite and whether or not you agree with my rankings. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.